Well, she sends you a
Don't
plane
send
to
me truth. I'd rather have
she
you.
doesn't want you here. She hates you.
Listen. Let me tell you something.
No, don't.
The Irish was enslaved like the Africans, but not half as much because of the potato famine. The Queen apologizes to them for that, but they've not apologized to slavery to the black people of Africa. And they've
stop
not apologized to her.
Stop whinging.
This is your friend.
It's what they tell me. That's their celebration.
It's fine.
You take your blessing back.
I was the one who wrote the bicentenary was carried out.
She's telling you to stop whinging.
I don't
What do you say in
whinge.
reply to that?
I walk in faith.
You do.
And I tell the truth.
And with enough drugs...
No, it's your truth, madam.
You have the drugs in you.
That's your truth.
No, but I've
That's
got
your
them in my
truth.
pocket.
I read Irish history. I studied it.
You're
what they
everybody,
have,
madam.
what
If
they
you read a
have,
book, you're
what they have here,
You cannot
what
win
they
this.
have here in university for 3 years degree
Oh, well,
study.
well,
I was one of the first
yeah.
pioneers to start it part-time here at SOARS
God
University.
bless you.
Plenty like you.
Plenty like you,
And
yeah.
it's gone to your head.
It's gone to your head.
You lose.
Don't talk about God, you're quoting facts.
Why are you
That
suspicious
woman
of
was
people
nice
who
to
can
you.
read and
That
write?
woman was nice to you.
No.
You just still
No.
have the venom in
I
you.
was being
Yeah,
respectful in the first place.
Yeah.
But this is not about, you can talk about love as much as you like, but when it's not truth, then I will not have anything to do
All
with it.
right, okay. What's
When
the
was
You're
the last time
drowning in
you
your
had something to do
versions
with
of
love?
love
What's
and
the
woe
truth?
betide anybody who doesn't meet that
Versions
version.
of love.
The
What's your
reality,
version of
we
love,
are
then?
dealing here with truth.
What's
We were
the-
created
No,
for
we're
truth,
not.
we're going to be
dealing here
judged
with
by
your
truth.
drug
What's the
addiction.
true version of love?
Truth in these times
some
is
point,
too
they're gonna make a
hard for
collective
most people to
breakthrough.
handle because it means holding a mirror up to themselves and they don't want
Right,
to do
okay.
that.
Okay. Now, that lady who was nice to you.
That lady
Yeah.
was doing what she wanted to do.
Yeah, but
and I
she
went
was
along
putting
with
her arm
her.
down, you're
nice
scaring
to
the
us.
children.
She's being nice to you, and yet you still
Don't give me your Irish blarney. Actually, was not nice to you. Right?
I'm not giving you my blarney.
Make us troublemakers on earth by going around to saying to everybody, oh,
me
love
my
everybody.
point of
While
view.
you're the one who
Take notes.
stabbed people in the back. So I
never stabbed anyone.
nobody tells me
Terrible calumny.
who I am against or who I'm for.
Do you think it's a terrible
I don't need a history lesson from an
No.
African
You
woman
do a
who's
great
been
job of doing that
educated in
yourself.
England.
You do a great
And then
job
she
of doing-
uses it to turn on the English. Oh, no way. No
All
way.
right, so
That's a treacherous woman.
Never criticize anything that the
No,
English government.
not when you're in the
Ever.
country that you're criticising and taking from them.
What
No,
about English people? Can they criticize their own country?
of course they can.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know nothing about
Only
belonging, do you?
people
You
who
wanderers know
criticize.
nothing about belonging.
I'm
You
the
know
happy
nothing
wanderer.
about what you can do and what you can't do. And that's why you go anywhere you like, open your mouth and think you have a right.
I thought that was freedom of speech.
Really?
It's the best thing.
Isn't that what the English have always done?
No.
Just wandered everywhere and taken
No.
what they wanted?
No.
Really?
Really?
Really.
What about British
Then you're not
Empire?
very well read.
Really? Well, I remind you, it's not the English Empire, it's the British Empire.
Yes.
And it was the English, the Scots, the Welsh, and the Irish. And who are the wanderers
Oh yeah,
amongst
but
them all?
that is
The
the
Celts.
first off. Who had to discuss
The
it?
English have
Who
been
had to do
blamed for
Ireland?
multitudes. The Celts are responsible for.
I'm English and we have a lot to blame for.
You know?
You're a mongrel who would rather please the mongrels.
You're a mongrel, yeah. Okay.
You know what? Because she
Why
likes,
don't
she
you
wants
answer
to
the
be
question rather than
liked.
insult her? Answer the
No,
question.
this is a pathetic English woman who wants to be liked. Oh yes, we did those terrible
thought she
things.
made a factual
I apologize.
statement you're
Come
having
and
trouble
live in our
with.
country. We'll make it up to you.
I'm not
You're a
apologising.
doormat.
I'm not apologising. I'm just pointing out that you are saying about other people what we have actually done. That's all I was
And I'm saying to you again,
not
the we includes the Scots, the
I am
Welsh, and the
not
Irish.
apolog-
So blame him as well.
May I say something? As I am
You
not,
already said
you
something.
call yourself an English woman. I'm not apologising for you, and I certainly wouldn't.
I'm not apologising for myself. Why should I want you to?
Well, I think somebody needs to.
Don't patronise me. You're the traitor here.
No, don't please patronise her.
Tower London, straight away.
You're the one who's anybody's.
Oh,
You already fancy yourselves as United Nations ambassadors.
nice way. of
Really?
getting
You know there's something about
You're
it,
like Ned
ambassadors. They
Flanders
put their
without
own
moral
country
compass.
first. Not you lot. God, hang the English. Come on in. Oh yes, we've had a terrible history.
I didn't say hang the English.
You do it by your words.
No, I don't.
Neither do I.
No, I
Neither
don't.
do I.
No, I don't.
Neither do I.
Oh, yes, you
But
do.
what
No, I
you're
don't. I
saying,
believe in live and let live.
you're saying is that people who are born in the country
And
that
that's
are born
the
in
truth.
Yeah,
should
that's
never
right.
leave that
A
country.
mongrel.
Is that what you're saying? People who are born in their country.
Anybody who disagrees
never
with us is
leave.
a mongrel.
No, this is about a country and a betrayal.
Okay, so
That's
she's
what
a
you-
mongrel.
It's my country.
No, it's
What's
not.
a pure English person?
It's God's country. And He gave you the responsibility
This
of
is the
looking
country
after
I
it,
was
and you
born.
don't, because you're too busy pleasing everybody else and apologising for history that has no right to be apologised by you, because you're not even looking
I
after the
didn't
present.
apologise for anybody or anything.
You've already just said that because of what we go around and do to other people.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Do you know,
You must have, because she said so.
my grandmother taught me a very wise thing, who was English, by the way. You've got one of these and two of these. Maybe you should use these a little more.
I use these in order to prepare
Yeah, but you
myself
never
to come
let the
here.
oxygen
so
get
that
to
when
your
I come
brain
here,
before you start moving
I've
your
encountered people like you by the time I've got here. You can fool yourself, you don't fool me, because I use these and use these.
You're a waste of time.
What made her a mongrel?
People like you at 10 a penny.
See, you've made
sitting
another
on the
friend
fence.
today.
I don't come here to make friends. I warn you of the relationship that's meant to be between man and the earth.
You're
and
not
that comes
warning
about by
anybody
racial
about
and
anything
identity and
except
racial
sleeping in the
loyalty.
park too.
When you sever that, you are a destroyer of the earth. Play games so that you please other people, you are still a destroyer of the earth. And the most important thing, it's not an opinion, it's a warning that man doesn't have the last word, and everything that you are doing, you will face the consequences for when this earth is taken from you and your right to walk on it is.
We can only hope
That's
so.
all I'm here for.
And who sent you?
Every one of you are meant to be a messenger.
Are you a new government scheme?
Every one of you is meant to be a messenger. The same spirit in me is in the same spirit
If
in
we
you.
all take
And you
enough
chose to
drugs,
ignore
will
it.
we all think we're appointed messengers as well?
No, you're just trying to 21st century lowlife.
When did you find out God appointed you to speak to us?
Yeah, when was your revelation?
You are
That's
using
what
that.
you're saying. That's what
no,
you're
that's
saying.
what you're implying.
You said you were
to try and
appointed-
make me sound
No,
odd.
you said you were
Why?
appointed to speak to us.
Every
Yes or
time,
no?
every time you say something,
Yeah.
you can either speak for your God or
Yeah.
you speak like you do. That's
how do
it
I
works.
speak?
Because
I'm asking you,
And I've only
when were you
answered you.
appointed by God?
And I'm saying, when did you choose to serve the powers of darkness? Same question.
Just after I watched Godfather 1.
You see, that's the darkness. He thinks it's funny.
No, that's Don Corleone and I like it. So when did God speak to you?
Exactly. Were you
And was
raised-
it just after your medication at the health centre?
Yeah, that's
Answer
level
the
you're
question.
on.
You said you've been appointed
I do
to
not
bring us
answer
a
the
message.
darkness.
Well, you're the one with the bloody ladder.
Yeah, and I'm holding on to it because I've got something to say. You're rubbish for the last
when
5
were you
minutes.
appointed as a
That's
Messiah
why
by
your
God?
kind come and mock me, but you never stand on the ladder because you're all
I haven't got the money, I'm unemployed.
No, because you're on the same level of mind as they are, so they
Well,
wouldn't hear
actually, you're the
anything
same
new.
level as me with a ladder.
Were you raised Church of England? What's your faith when you were a child?
Well, it's none of your business.
When did God first
I said mind your own business, I'm talking.
What's your religion?
I said mind your own business, I'm talking.
Surely you're speaking to me, part of this crowd.
I'm telling you to shut up. I shall have to ever since you
I
carried
see,
on.
from God.
I see, yes,
Shut
you
up.
have the manners that were instilled in you as a child.
Well, listen, see, you've got a
Still
God
very
who's
prevalent.
pious and nice. Oh, my child, bless you, my child. Rubbish! The fires, the floods, the hurricanes, the earthquakes, everything negative belongs to the Almighty
your
just as
favourite
much as all the
subjects at
rubbish
school?
you talk about. Because there's only one Almighty power, and He uses the darkness and evil to serve Himself to get the message across to you, stupid Lord, that there is only one mighty power.
Who's he?
That's why we die, for the Almighty to get across the message to you that you don't rule this world on your terms. He can snuff you out like this. Do you get the message? No. And so somebody comes along like me who says nasty things and you laugh.
So if we change the word,
What has he
nobody will
learned? He has to
die.
stop bloody talking for 3 hours. What has he learned, do you think? Honestly.
I've told you, this is not a school classroom.
But you said you're appointed
This is not
to give
about
us a message.
intelligence. It's about
obviously
spiritual life. And we all have it, or we choose darkness instead. And if we choose the darkness, then the light will destroy us without mercy. End of story.
You're scaring the children.
The light.
Your journey, sir.
Right. Are you seeing the free?
What do you think light represents?
You!
I want to find out. Tell me.
Right. Well, the semblance of light is honesty, truth, desire for justice for all, not just your preferential group. Fair play for all.
That's what you've been denying him.
True manhood.
Do the Irish deserve justice?
True
Steve?
womanhood.
Just wondering.
Exactly.
And the loyalty to where you belong, so that you're not a wanderer around the earth pretending you belong everywhere.
Sir, where do you belong?
With the Irish.
Oh,
The Irish.
why are you speaking to
Well,
the
you know where
traitors?
you can get the ferry to Ireland then.
Okay.
So loyalty to where you belong.
Does that clear it
Only in
up?
Ireland.
I'll go now.
Well, England are better off without you, believe me. And the time may
sure they
come
will
you
be.
wish you had gone.
I'm sure they will.
You know, this country's built on civil war. Because the people of this country are watchers and
we
they're
had
listeners.
people like you through
Contrary to what that woman was saying, there are multitudes of people who watch and listen, and they know their friends and they know their enemies, and that includes their own people. And they've got no illusions about the two. They don't say, oh, but they're English as well. It doesn't work that way in England.
So who are these pure English?
That's why we've had civil wars.
There
So
are no
watch yourself
pure
because
English.
you are being watched.
Bastardized
But you're
race
not my
like the rest of
enemy.
the
Do
world.
you admire the
I'm
monarchy?
yours.
I know you
admire the
are.
monarchy?
Yes.
Okay.
You're anybody's.
That's the light then.
You're anybody. There's no
I
loyalty.
have seen
Directly
the
from
light.
The
Henry
light is the
VIII.
enemy.
Do you admire the monarchy?
It is to you, yeah, because you're darkness.
Oh, sorry, I'm Irish. Oh, your darkness.
Oh, I'm dark.
Very dark.
How do you know you're pure English anyway?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
how
an
are you
interesting
pure
point.
English?
How have
You've
you
got a very
proved you're
Germanic-
English?
It's always an interesting point to the Mongols because they can't
Well,
comprehend
as a mongrel, I'd really like to have it cleared up.
No, well, people who have impure minds, impure lives don't understand purity.
No, that's why I'm here. You're the messiah of purity.
And you
I'd
can't
like to
give people
explain.
like you purity either. So
No, but you can give me a clarification.
No, you can find it yourself. You open your mouth.
You're not very nice as a messiah. Are you off Life of Brian or something? You're a bit harsh.
I don't speak that. I'm looking for a girlfriend.
Madam, would you consider him as your long life partner? Well, I think you like the idea of it, you're smiling. If he brings his own Barry White records.
21st century, is this the mentality that you've come to?
Well,
21st
Justin
century?
Bieber, if you please.
I tell you what, in the 15th century,
That's where we
you would
should all
have
be
more
aiming
dignity
for.
and the
15th
desire for
century.
truth than you have now.
There is no truth. It's all on Google. Go and
Should
look.
Oh, believe me, you're going to be judged by this.
Should we go
That's why I
back?
don't
Should we
worry
go
about
back to the
it.
15th
As long as I can
century?
speak
I'm
without
going to be
you
judged on my
Shall
income
we go
tax
back to the
return. That's all I'm
15th
ever judged
century?
on.
Should we go back?
Understand this. I don't care what your opinion of me. I come here to warn you.
From
After
who?
that, you are nothing to
Who
me.
sent you? The Department of Employment?
The Creator created you in love, wants to show you mercy. But because He's the Creator, He sets the terms. I'm trying to show you what the terms are. If you don't want to listen, my job is done. I waste no time.
You're unemployed.
You will
do
meet
not
your
have a job.
Maker sooner
What
or
have I
later
told you
or
for the last
whatever.
20 years?
And you'll live forever with the knowledge of why you've been cut off from all the blessings you
The sooner your
expect.
benefits are cut off,
Because
the better.
nobody dies.
Nobody.
Nobody dies. You're only going to leave your body behind, but you will never lose the conscious remembrance of who you are and what you have done.
She's a teacher. Oh, a Messiah.
Nobody is getting away with anything. That's why the Almighty can take the well to the brink, because He
What's
can
the
pull it
current
back
minimum wage for a
anytime,
Messiah?
and He will deal everything in perfect justice, from the smallest to the greatest.
What are
Right,
you
okay.
So I don't worry what you do with your sad little lives. I don't care what you get up to. The Creator knows everything, and you will face it when you get to the next world. That's
you
why I
should
can
know
come here
because you
and
take
take
crystal
all of
meth.
this, because that's what you've chosen.
Did you get the message?
Yes, she's raving lunatic.
Anyway, thanks for clearing that up. I missed the beginning. Could you just start again?
It was about the Irish, I think.
Well, I certainly don't come from people like you.
Or her.
And I don't come for people like you. You see, on your judgment day, you're never going to be allowed to say, I never knew. That's why I'm
What if you get a shock and God says he's a jolly good fellow and you're going
Every
to hell?
one of you has the capacity to go and warn somebody else and remind them that this
What
life
if on
doesn't stop
Judgment
when
Day,
listen,
God says he's the
they're
Messiah
headed
and
into a
you're the
beyond
devil?
where they're going to face the consequences of what they do here. And every one of you who doesn't do that, don't you dare talk to me about loving your fellow men. Because you loved your fellow men, you'd want to prepare them for what is coming to them.
What have you got against
So you're no use to God or man. Why should he let you live?
Anyway, what are you talking about, just to clarify this?
What's the message?
You can't clarify to the blind.
Anyone blind
Actually,
here?
it's ears required, not sight, you
yeah,
bloody fool.
so you're against your disability discrimination.
Oh, stop the Irish twaddle, will you? You're the one who's got everybody brainwashed in political correctness.
Everyone's
to cover
brainwashed in
yourself.
political correctness. Yeah.
What don't you like about the Irish, other than they fucking don't stop talking?
You've got as filthy mouth as you have most of the
No,
time.
that's because of my Irish friends.
Oh, yeah. Always somebody else to blame.
All my Irish friends
It's your
talk a lot and they
parents,
swear a
It's
lot.
your parents, it's
Yeah.
where you were born. It's such a piece of jelly.
Well, my father's from Donegal, if that counts for anything.
Yeah, it means you shouldn't be here.
I don't know you, sir.
Are you English?
No,
bye. Thank you.
He's a foreigner.
You are gazing to me, so I asked you that.
I wasn't gazing, I was watching the girls walk away.
What races
Sorry
are
if you
preferential then?
misunderstood.
What races are preferential?
Anyway, where did it all go wrong with your last boyfriend?
I'm asking you a question about your doctrine.
Was
I'm
he a
not mocking
quiet
you.
sort?
No, I'm not, taking a mickey.
You're asking me a question I have no intentions of answering.
Why not?
Because there are people around here. I have no intention of having a conversation with you or anybody else. I'm
Maybe
a
these people are
speaker,
interested.
which means when
With him
I...
for 3 hours, you bloody idiot.
Well, it's your 3 hours you're wasting, not mine.
I'm just waiting for the pubs to open, you mad woman.
Have you ever heard such a useless life?
Yes.
Well, I think that's what he was created
She's
for.
standing on a ladder.
Truth be known,
I'm not English. You hate me. I got it. Good. You
truth be known, unlike you, I do like reading books.
I don't
If that
deal in
puts me at a
hate, I deal in
disadvantage,
contempt.
What about the Americans?
Okay,
You can be much better than what you
American,
choose to
Canadian,
be.
American.
And that's
What's
why
that?
I have
American,
respect
yes,
for
yes.
What about the Americans? Do you like them?
Oh, don't get us
I'm not
started.
going around the world to suit an Irish troublemaker.
Yeah, okay. Anyone English to ask the question, no?
Who do you like? What about the French?
Look, you get the message, you get the gist. If you don't, then you're
No,
stupid.
can we do it country
And I'm
by
not here.
country?
Spanish.
Just to get, obviously you're a very erudite individual, you've probably got a lot to say on lots of nations.
This is a man who hasn't got a clue what to do with the day God gives him.
No,
And that's how you
but you haven't told them I'm a trained psychiatrist and I'm here to help you.
Everything is a joke to him.
No, it's not.
Right? You know why? Because ever since you came in this country, you've been
Yes.
carried by a government who was on your side.
Well, to be honest, I've only been coming here for 10 years because you refused to give me a little kiss.
I said you've been coming
As soon
into...
as I get my kiss, I'm off.
Since you came to this country, I said.
I was born here, you fool.
Well, that's when you came to this country, you fool.
No, I was born here and I was obviously
Well,
here
that's why you
before I
woke
was
up and
born.
said, I'm here.
I had to be here before I was born. I'm not going to give birth to me transatlantic.
Thank you. And that's an argument I use. You are who your mother is, and it doesn't matter where you're born.
Well, my
That's
mother's a
reality.
barrister, so what does that make me?
Well, she's a barrister because she's a foreigner, of course. The two go together.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's
why,
how it works
That's
in
why we
England.
need to stop immigration to get all the barristers out. All these Polish barristers, I've had enough of them, haven't you?
Well, I mean, you're such an example of justice in your own stupid countries, aren't you? I mean,
What
that
is-
says it
what
all.
is my country?
How can you come to a country that's been an advanced country, bring in your backward judicial system, and actually boast about being
Hang
barristers?
on.
Beats me, Storch has still got a third word mentality.
I'm still rather intrigued that you believe all immigrants are barristers. Can we deal with that?
I said I was dealing with the immigrant barristers.
She already said she wants to. She says you're not English.
You're losing traction very
And
quickly.
you're bleeding the country dry with your...
Well, actually, I probably pay more in tax in a month than you've paid in 10 years.
Good.
Well, why are you saying good? I'm supporting your lifestyle. I am not happy about my contribution towards your bloody ladder.
You don't own a single thing in this country. No immigrant does.
Apparently,
The only rights you have to own anything are in the country where your father belongs, because that's
well,
your
my
racial
father's from
identity.
Cuba. We don't own property in Cuba.
You don't own anything in Cuba, listen here, can you?
Well, my mother's Spanish and I'm born here.
See,
What do I do?
mongrel, anybody's this one. Of course he is.
Are you purebred?
There are male and female in every race.
No, she's purely
That is
male.
why when you go outside of that race, you are bringing chaos and bringing yourself to
Do you think
judgment.
you've lost
And bringing children into the world with a confused dual identity.
He gets mixed marriage.
Especially if there's a colour difference, it makes it even worse.
yeah, no
but do
mixed
you
race
care
people.
about that or no?
I do.
You don't think about that.
But if we
All of
married,
these things you're
if we
accountable
married,
for.
we'd probably produce quite intelligent children.
I don't deal in ifs.
Ifs, well then let's do it.
When you get married.
The audience and a husband today. That's not a bad day.
You are not an audience, you're a crowd. Audience goes to the theatre or anywhere for entertainment. And I warn you, this is not entertainment at Speaker's Corner.
What is it?
You turn it into entertainment
have received
and you
the
face the
revelation.
consequences. Everything decent this country represented, you dragged it down to an entertainment level or subject to discussion where you can dismiss or criticise or judge.
Where did you find the truth?
That is the consequence.
Madam, I've just been reliably informed that you're possibly from Northern Ireland by background. Is that true?
Look, anything that comes out of your mouth is just sheer troublemaking.
I
And
love
that's
you.
all it
He's not Irish or Jewish.
He's a troublemaker. He doesn't care what he says.
I'm your
He has
psychotherapist,
he
and the
has no
sooner you admit
concept
it,
of
the better.
truth, decency, or anything like that.
I know.
And just think, his mother's a barrister. Just think what her moral levels is. To
What's that
produce
got to do
this.
with me? Aren't I answerable for
Moral
my own
levels
conduct? Am I not answerable for myself? When I meet the great Lord, am I going to answer for my mother or for myself?
Your mother's going to answer for you.
Why would she be answering for me? Do you think
Because
your
she brought you up.
parents? Do you think your parents are going to be proud to answer for you? Honestly.
This is not about pride. It is about truth.
Well, the truth is,
Something that you have
every
no
human
interest
being
in
is
whatsoever.
answerable for their own conduct.
No, that comes from you. And I'm talking about truth, not conduct.
So you tell me.
Truth determines conduct. When you have no truth, well, of course,
If
it's
you're
the essence.
mentally unstable, then your truth cannot dictate your conduct.
Mentally
What kind of
unstable.
nonsense are you speaking?
Truth is not from the
The
brain.
truth is you're mental.
Truth is spiritual.
Yes.
This is why you're
How
all
many
pieces of
spirits have
meat.
you imbibed?
That's why I call you pieces of meat. If something doesn't pass through the brain, you haven't a clue what's been on. Truth, justice, spirituality, decency, honesty
not spiritual,
are
you
not
hate everybody.
brain. From the brain, they are from
Jesus
the
was
spirit.
like you, he did
and
not
they come
crucify.
through the brain and determine your behaviour. 21st century, and I've never
What
seen
do
such
you know about the
ignorance.
21st century dressed in circa 1973 Laura Ashley?
My choice when I see the mongrelized, sexless, raceless garb of people that I encounter. It's a matter of choice, believe me. You don't have to go down just because everybody else goes down.
Nobody's asking you to go down. God forbid.
That's exactly what you are asking. I'm talking about
Madam, I assure you at no point have I asked you to go down.
I am talking about lowering moral standards. I haven't a clue what you're
I know what you're talking about. We all know what you're talking about. And frankly, you're a disgrace. There are children in this audience. And you're
People like
scary.
you are so common. You see them on the television.
Of course
everything.
I'm common.
You're patronising filth, looking down on people.
Do you know you've got rather
Judging
more
decency.
in common with Margaret Thatcher than I first imagined?
I'm not ashamed of that.
Are you proud of it? Like me?
No, I said I'm not ashamed of it. Don't twist the two words like the twisted poison you are.
She was a good woman. She getting into
Margaret Thatcher was the last Prime Minister who put this country first instead of everybody else.
Yes, you're right. Unfortunately, she needed to
And
get
that's
rid of
why
the
they
3
got
million
rid of
people
her
she made
to get
up.
all of you to come in. And 3 million, if they were foreigners, when they should have got the message to go back and get a job somewhere else.
But they weren't. They were from excellent traditional communities from around this country.
Don't talk about something
They
you know
were
nothing about.
excellent working
You're a
class
foreigner.
British
Mind your
English
own business.
communities.
Mind your own business about that. Because you're treading on dangerous ground with me there.
Why
May I ask you a question,
that
please?
I love you and we will
How
get
many
married?
years
Because I can't stand the sight
Great
of
Britain
all the
stayed in
facts
Well,
of
that's the
India?
makings of a pretty typical marriage.
How many years Great Britain stayed
This is England.
in
I'm
India?
not interested in Great Britain. Ask the Scots and the Welsh and the Irish. They're Britain, you know.
How many
They're
years
not the
England?
victims of the English.
England. How many years England stayed in India?
Oh, no,
So
no,
now
shoot him.
it's the time they should stay in this country.
Oh, so it's called revenge, is it?
Yeah.
Right, we can take you on revenge. That's
You
fine.
don't love anybody.
As long as you
You
don't
should
call it
wait for
justice.
300 years, then ask them to leave.
Oh, because that's what you did.
Yeah, that's the
well,
fair
you're
thing.
the losers, not us.
That's the fair
That's why
thing.
you come to us, me in your droves. We don't go to you in your droves. Why? Because
He's
it's
here to
nothing
buy
worth
some real
having.
estate on the Edgware Road.
You demonstrate the truth of the power of this land by the way you all want to live here. So don't give me a history lesson about why you're here, because it's pure drivel. You know full well that this country has what you want,
Madam, why are you
even
so
though
much
you could
louder
do the
from
same
behind?
thing for your own people in your own country, because this so-called empire disappeared over 50 years ago, and you're still hanging on to Britain. That is your judgment. So stop your history
England wants
lessons.
something from our country and we want something from here.
Yeah, well, it works. Get it for yourself,
I will
for
give
your
you
own
an example.
people.
England asked my country for petrol, for oil. We sell that. And we ask them for tourists. And we come to tourists there. It is benefit between us.
No, it's called trade.
No, it
It's
is
called
benefit.
trade, and we weren't created to
Don't
trade.
ask us
we
for
were
something to
created
buy
to
from
look
us.
after the earth.
Madam, are you in the trade?
I've got good news for you. The witch is dead.
Another stupid foreigner hasn't a clue what he's talking about. You're like a whole load of monkeys. You pick something up and you decide to go around saying this phrase. You haven't got a clue about the origins of it, how it came about or anything. Nothing to do with the historical aspect of anything.
Why would you know any more? You don't
Pathetic,
like books.
desperate need to belong. Ah, diddums.
Do you think if people read more books, they'd know more about their country?
Too late for that. History's finished.
History is what?
Do you really think?
You're making history.
Do you really think the Almighty's going to give His words into the godless morons
And do you
of
think
today?
that the Almighty really would have sent a moron like you to talk to us? Are you serious?
Well, if you want an answer, yes.
What does that say about the Almighty? Do you think his standards have
Well,
dropped since
unlike
the
you,
end of
I'm not,
Thatcherism?
unlike you, I'm not worried about being insulted. I haven't got an ego to protect.
Well, no, neither have you any pride or any reason to protect yourself.
I'm not interested in pride, but I have self-respect, and I don't earn it from morons like you being on my side. It's about time you took the world on and started getting some moral idea of who are better and worse and who you should please and who
How
you
do
should
you
offend.
learn these things? By reading, yes or no?
No!
No!
By recognizing the truth, justice, fair play, respect for all.
How do you recognise?
A respect for that which you don't know anything about and other people may know more about, and doing that as you go through life.
How do you
And you
find
don't do that because
the
you're too busy
daydreaming?
trying to belong.
But what if
so
you
you
choose
quote
badly
things that
and
are
you
not
end up on a
true.
ladder
You
in
don't
Hyde
even
Park?
care whether they're true. It just makes you think you belong. Like that stupid man just walking away saying the wicked witches.
No, don't worry, he's a foreigner. We don't have to think about it.
On the contrary.
He's just visiting.
On the contrary, London essentially is sinking under foreigners. So you do have to think about it. Because
I
ultimately,
think Margaret Thatcher was right about our country being swamped. Because I'm with you on this one. I want to get rid of all the immigrants.
Madam Speaker, don't use my name.
But you vote for the government.
Why is it always the
You vote
foreigners
for the
that speak up
government.
in your...
My democratic right to vote for who I am, and I don't have to tell anybody else about it.
No, vote and choose. This is democratic country.
Yes, my
Use
people
your vote.
earned, not yours.
Use your vote. I am illegal here.
You're
in your
what?
mind.
Did you just say you're
I
illegal here?
am illegal in her mind.
In her mind.
No, you're illegal in God's mind. Remember, the ultimate lawgiver. The ultimate,
Ask her the last time God spoke to her.
the ultimate lawgiver.
messenger.
is
How much alcohol do you have to drink before
As I was saying,
Yes.
the ultimate lawgiver
Hitler used to
is
pose like
the
that?
Almighty.
I'm sure.
Right? That's why the sun rises and sets, the
The
moon
sun
waxes
what? The
and
sun
wanes,
right.
the tides ebb and flow. Why? Because the lawmaker, creator, made it that way. And no human being can change it.
How do you
The
know?
lawmaker decreed that in certain conditions, the snow would fall, the rain would fall, the ice would form, the clouds would form.
But we're
Why?
changing it.
Because the
Have you
creator
heard of
is the
climate change?
lawmaker.
Have you heard
How
of
do you know?
climate
And everyone who seeks to take the lawmaker's place is on a doomed journey that will last forever, no matter how many there are of them.
What do you think about the government?
I don't, because politics is finished.
Everything is no. There is a government.
Man has lost his right
This
to walk
government
this earth because
gave me
man
the right
is
to
acting
stay
as if
in
he's
London.
God. You're not listening. Don't make any
Of
plans for
course
the
he's
future
not
in any country because you haven't got the right to live in it.
They give me the right.
Who's they? Oh,
The government.
politicians. Here you go, little square box with a slave inside.
Yeah, man, you're so square. Did it all go wrong after Woodstock? Tell us. Did you used to be a groupie for Procol Harum?
Listen how he snatches
know someone
desperately.
who's-
Are you Jimi Hendrix's ex-girlfriend?
His desperate need to quote history from this country.
My desperate need to cross-pollinate with you, I think. We'd produce such strange, interesting children. Let's give it a bash. Why do you hate so much? Why aren't you a bit happier? Given the fact that you've got such a good relationship with God, you'd have thought you'd be a bit happier about it. You're so miserable. Why don't you crack a few jokes
Just
and
because I
cheer
don't
us
go
up?
around with a silly grin on my face.
Do you know
and
how
make
much we're all
stupid
suffering
comments
under the
like this?
coalition?
You haven't a clue about how I feel. Just because not a moron like you who wants to belong goes around telling
not
people
belong,
how
I want to be loved.
Oh, well, not by me.
Do you think everybody should be loved?
No, I don't.
Otherwise we could all end up old and bitter and grey, don't you think?
I don't think so, because none of you got a guarantee of being old at all.
Well, that's true.
Got no guarantees of tomorrow, so why think about what you want in the future
Is it your
when you've got
relationship
no
with God
definition of
that's got you
today?
this far, do you think?
I don't have a definition of God.
Yeah,
The
but you
very
said
life
you've
in
been
all of
chosen as
us
a messenger.
is the character of the Creator, which is why we have character, or are supposed to have. Why we're all different.
How do you know
Because
God?
the character of the Creator is so great that He can spread it around infinitively.
When was the last time you spread it around?
You see, the Creator works by straight ways. His crooked man could never understand the Creator
Not
or the God. Everything is twisted. When you twist everything, that shows who you
Just a bit
serve.
challenged.
That is why the simplicity and truth of the Creator is you tell it like it is. And when there is after effects, He will protect you in the after effects because He owns the spirits of all those around.
God
And He
guaranteed-
wants you to know the
Has
truth.
God guaranteed
He
to
wants to
protect you?
challenge you to hear the truth for the sake of your own mercies. If you close your eyes and your ears constantly to things you don't want to hear, then you will never grow up and you will be pawns in the hands of the powers that are seeking to rule instead of the Creator. You've got to start toughening up and dare to seek after truth even though you don't like what you're saying. Look at it long enough and it'll be easier. Look at yourself long enough, warts and all, and it'll be easier. You can say, this is who I am. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on me. And that is where the blessings will come. The Creator will help those who seek to help themselves. Those who choose to run away and close their minds, He will not help them because they refused His help. You can get sidetracked by any subject you like, but the ultimate destination of all of us is to account for the life we are being given, second by our Maker.
It was more fun when you hated everybody. Can you go back to hating everybody?
You've lost your audience now that you've started coming across a bit more sensible. See, I did warn you earlier.
Well, again, you always so
You're
sure.
much better at raving
No,
lunatic
that's what
than
I
you are a
told you.
sensible citizen.
You can never hide. You see those who have
You
no
can
purpose
run and you
whatsoever.
can hide.
No,
Yes, you can.
I told you, you have shown yourselves up, you too. You don't want life serious because you don't want to change.
don't think I need to change.
Then
If I
change
change
what?
to be like you, I think I'm failing at life.
And again, a sad dependent state.
you're right.
Why on earth should you want to do
Tolerance
like
is sad. Everyone
You're not tolerant. You do not like anybody who's not English. You want them all to go back to their supposed fictional country.
This is nothing about not liking. Don't talk about what you don't know. It's about order versus chaos, which you cannot comprehend because you serve chaos. And that's why you drag everything down to love and hate, like and dislike, because that's your poisonous way of dealing with
What
things.
have you got? What have you got? You're not offering people love. You say to people, you don't even like women wearing trousers. You say to them, you're stupid.
What's this phrase, what are you offering people? Who do you think you are? This is not a trading business. We all belong to the
that's right, you hate
Creator.
trade too. I forgot.
We all belong to the Creator. We haven't got anything to...
But you're not serving him.
I'm not serving yours, certainly.
No. You're not serving the Creator.
You have no concept of the
You
Creator,
say-
never mind an understanding.
You do.
You say to people,
Yes,
you
and
shouldn't
that's
be
what
in this
scares you.
country. You
No.
say to the people,
That's
"You're
why you
scared of
don't
everybody."
like
If
No,
you know
that's
the
hatred.
Creator and we don't, we're struggling.
your choice every
If God
day.
sent you and we have no idea what we're talking about, we're in a lot of trouble.
So in other
I'm telling
words,
you that right now.
so this is what we're hearing. One human being leaning on another human being, expecting another human being to give them direction.
You're another
You are not
prophet
worthy
like
of the
all
gift of
others.
life. You are a unique individual. There's nobody like you, and all you can say is, if he wants me to be like you, that statement in
Hey,
itself
credit
is a
where it's due.
statement
They
of-
invented The Simpsons.
a sad,
All right?
a sad statement
That
of
didn't come out of
dependency.
England. And Family Guy.
You are not meant to be like anybody else. You're meant to have the courage to be the individual you're created to be.
And hate everyone. Got
Yeah,
it.
but then he wouldn't fit
You're
in.
doing it again. You're bringing me into it. You are here alone. Stop
No,
trying to
I'm here with my
pretend
dad and my
it's
brother.
somebody else's problem.
I'm not here by myself. I came with
Part of the
others.
society. Part of the society.
This is what happens when you leave your roots. The Americans are a perfect
This
example
isn't
of
Kinta
stupidity.
Kunta, you bloody fool. He's on holiday from America.
Exactly.
He's going back in 3 days. Give him a break.
America was created by
Do you know how much
politicians.
damage you're doing to the British
America was
tourism?
created by politicians and dependent people like him who wanted a new life.
Did you just say America was created by politicians?
Absolutely.
What was England created by?
God!
Oh,
Like the Creator.
Why did you ask such a stupid question?
It's very simple. It's
You're
about
as thick as a
race.
brick.
America's a mongrel country.
oh yeah, we're all Mongols.
Well, you're
Yeah,
our colony.
but
You're
you
our
don't.
former colony.
Yeah, right.
Our former
Right.
colony.
No.
That was him. You just hit the wrong man. Now give me a kiss.
No, I certainly didn't hit the wrong man. I've been wanting to do that for years.
How does it feel?
Wonderful. Don't tempt me, I might do it again.
Now, how can God have sent his messenger to thump people?
Well, he sends death,
Straight
doesn't he?
out of Life of Brian, I'm telling you.
Why do you think we die? Because the Almighty kills us.
No, we die because sometimes we get thumped in the wrong place. If I suffer internal bleeding, you'd have caused a death.
I can live with that.
Oh, fuck that.
You're killing yourself slowly anyway.
You're a twisted sister, you know that.
It's a war, mister. You're on the wrong side.
Well, you're just louder from behind for some reason.
As I was saying about America,
Yes.
it's made up from people who came from all over the world
And they can't
who couldn't
speak
handle
English.
living
We
in their own
literally
country properly, so went to
Came from
start a
England.
new life.
Literally, the colonies started.
Excuse me.
What's your greatest
Don't.
cultural export? Mickey Mouse and McDonald's.
Something
Fuck
like
you.
that.
Oh, and The Simpsons.
This had nothing to
Yeah,
do.
you already called out.
This had nothing to do with England. For a start off, Britain
is
existed.
What?
It wasn't England. It was Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and England. So
Very
don't bang on
The
about
colonies were
England.
Scottish.
The colonies were British, not English. You all try and dump on England so you can come here, right?
Yeah, you're right. I hate America so
And-
much. I had to come over here for 2 days.
We kind of get rid of you.
You're getting rid of me.
Same
I'm
with the
leaving tomorrow.
Aussies, the Kiwis, and all of the Canadians, all the white South Africans, kind of get rid of you.
This isn't
Why?
about-
What have you
Why?
done?
Shall I tell you why? Because once you leave your roots, you become weak and dependent, and the
Does
British
he look
government's
weak
the Perfect frog.
lumbering hulk of a man. What part of him strikes you as vulnerable?
He's a piece of brawn.
Other than between the ears, perhaps.
I'm a piece of meat, just like everyone else in this crowd. We're all meat.
No, you choose to be.
As long as he's not horse meat.
Horses are much more noble than anything that you see on two legs these days.
You're full of love. All we are saying
All you are
is
saying,
give love a
mighty
chance.
You dirty the word love every time it comes out
Yeah,
of your
I've got a dirty mind.
by choice. It's always down to you. Always has been, always will be. And that's the same with everything. We have to take responsibility for the words that
I'd
come out
quite
of our
like you to
mouth.
inject some common sense into me, but I fear I'll get...
As usual, you want it the easy way around.
Yeah,
Put
well,
it in
whichever way
injection.
round you like, frankly.
Never do anything properly, do you?
No? Were you there when she assaulted me about 5 minutes ago?
Because you got too close.
I got too close and she lost her nerve. It's been a while since you've lost your nerve around